Hi everybody, Anthony from Haslage here, and I'm going to tell you about my experience with COVID-19. It ruined my December of 2020, but 2020 was pretty much ruined already, so it didn't make it any better for sure. So I live with my mother, and my mother is a nurse. Now, on the last weekend of November, which would be the 20th, 29th, she went to work, and a number of patients had been exposed to COVID-19. Now, I'm guessing no one knew this, and I believe that a nurse's aide, who are fairly young people, somebody who had no symptoms went to work and passed it along to the elderly people, and in turn got my mother sick. Now, I'm not saying somebody in my mom's shift. I don't know. It could be anybody from any shift. But my mom got sick, and on Thursday the 3rd, I took her to the hospital and they admitted her. And she was there for over a week. Now, coincidentally, on Thursday the 3rd, I started getting a cough. And I thought nothing about it. Then on Friday the 4th, my cough was still there, but I started to have problems remembering things. And for me, when I start getting sick, my brain just decides to stop working at some point. I was actually doing a live stream with a number of Transformers YouTubers from my H&E Games channel, and I was mixing up facts, and that is not like me. I typically don't do that. So, but it didn't. It was kind of like a post after we're done recording. I'm like, what was wrong? Why couldn't I get 8 face and whatever the face the other dude's name was? I kept mixing them up. I don't know why, but I did it a couple of times with different things. I'm like, this is unusual for me. So then on Saturday the 5th, the cough was worse. It was like I was just hacking up, I don't know what, out of my lungs, and it was not great. On Sunday the 6th, I woke up sick, like legit sick, like I have a cold. I didn't feel good. I mean, at this point in time, I could still smell things, I could still taste things, but I was hot. I had a low-grade temperature. I wasn't tired yet or anything. I felt like a chest cold was coming on. Maybe I had cold. I don't know. Monday, Tuesday, I kind of just slept through Monday and Tuesday, the 7th and 8th. I was full blown. So I was trying to sweat this out. It felt like my normal seasonal cold that I typically get every December. And I was like, you know what? I can work through it. I'll be good. Wednesday, I actually started feeling better. I thought, okay, cold's done. I'm good. I can move on with my life. Everything's fine. But then on Thursday the 10th, I thought I was going to die. I was laying in bed going, oh my God, I can't, I'm having a hard time breathing. I can't stop coughing. My nose clogged. I had a headache. I had a fever. I think I had made it to 101 degrees at that point. And I'm by myself at home. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to die here. And Friday the 11th, I had an appointment to get the COVID test without having any inkling that I really had COVID. I was like, well, I'm going to take it because, of course, my mother had COVID. So one would assume maybe this is COVID and not a cold like I thought. By Saturday the 12th, my mother had been brought home. She was out of the hospital, but I felt like I was dying. I could not catch my breath. I was exhausted and I hadn't done anything. Now, for the last 9 whatever months, I've been pretty much in quarantine like everybody else should be. Wear a mask if I go outside, which was typically once a week. I just could not. I had such a hard time. I went, got cleaned up, just had to take a half-hour break because I was just so exhausted from just that simple action of running through a shower. Finally get to the hospital. The hospital, frankly, was dead. So this is the 12th. On a Saturday evening, hospital is dead, like one person in front of me. And I get in, and at this point, I've already started hallucinating. I'm seeing things. I'm having nightmares if I get any sleep. I am just feeling all kinds of horrible. The doctor takes me in, or the nurse, I don't know who it was. I wasn't really with it. I just knew I needed somebody to make me feel better. He asked me a whole bunch of questions, and he wheels me into the back where they do the tests, the most pleasant of tests, take some blood, ask for urine. I think there was a couple other things, the heart, chest x-ray. I'm there for maybe 4 hours, 5 hours. And yes, I had COVID, but it wasn't so severe. The reason why I was feeling so bad, because I already had bronchial asthma, and it just, my lungs were not enjoying it. Because, you know, it's what lungs do, enjoy breathing air, I guess. Anyway, tossed me an IV, gave me some drugs, and afterwards I had a little bit more energy. I was actually able to walk out of the emergency room to the car. So now comes Sunday the 13th, 14th, 15th, 7th. I feel like crap. It's all the same stuff. I don't go anywhere because walking to the bathroom, literally 20 feet away, felt like a chore. I was just exhausted. I tried during the week of the 20th, or I think it was the 20th, or maybe it was the 17th. Tried to do some videos for my H&E Games channel, and videos typically have a double time. Like if it takes me 10 minutes to record it, it'll take me 20 minutes to edit it, and then throw it online. I made 2 videos, probably about 20 minutes total. I should have been done in about an hour. It took me almost 8 hours. During this whole process, my vision had been messed up. My vision's actually getting back to normal now. Everything seemed darker. Everything seemed like it was running in slow motion. I was fighting through this, thinking, okay, it's basically just sitting here working on a computer. You show my hands while I'm doing the review. It was a reviewers of toys, yes. And I thought I can get through this. I can do a couple of videos. I was so exhausted afterwards that first off, I haven't been sleeping very well. I took melatonin, I think it was called, just yesterday, just so I can get 8 hours. And I got 8 hours, but it was broken. Prior to that, I was sleeping 3 hours here, 3 hours there, maybe a couple hours off. It's been horrible. The fact that I can't sleep a straight 8 to 10 hours is super annoying because it means I'm tired. And I'm still tired now, but here we are. So I finish those videos. I basically go to bed and just fall out. I wake up a few hours later. I just continue to feel like crap. At this point, I start letting people know that I was really sick. And I started feeling a little bit better around Christmas. And I was hungry now. I could legit, like at the beginning, I could not eat every day. I really didn't want to eat anything. I couldn't taste or smell anything. I still can't smell anything. I go, first off, we had ham. The way it tasted to me was salt. Basically, I could taste salt. I had ice cream. I could taste the sweetness of the ice cream, but not necessarily the ice cream's flavor. Because I tried like Neapolitan. I figured 3 different flavors. The strawberry tasted chemicals. So as I'm trying different things to find out what actually has taste, here's what kills the food. If you can't taste the food, you really don't want the food. I tried different, we did Subway. It tasted salty. We tried Burger King. It tasted salty. Taco Bell had almost 0 taste. I actually ended up getting the hottest items on their menu just to see if I could taste them. I did not. It actually made the front of my tongue numb. I tasted nothing. It reminded me of those challenges of people like, oh, I got COVID, I'm gonna eat a jalapeno or a ghost pepper. Yeah, you have no taste. You can get like the burning sensations. You can still maybe salt and sweetness or whatever. No actual taste. It is annoying because a lot of eating is tasting, and I mean, anyway. Get through Christmas, and here we are, the week of the 27th. Wasn't until like maybe yesterday on the 30th that I started having some energy. Now, I couldn't stop doing things like taking out the garbage or whatever, so every Sunday I was still corralling myself to do that. I've actually been to the store to pick up groceries twice. So I'm not at a point where I'm impeded too much. My vision's as I said, back to normal. The only problem I'm having is the occasional little coughing drag. Like, because if you've watched some of the videos I've done today, which includes a Bumblebee review, the top 10 list for a year in review for Transformers, and then there's a couple others, you can see me resisting the need to cough because I can still feel it in my lungs. I am trying to not cough. You know, there's less to edit if I don't cough, right? But I would like to thank Nintendo of America. We went off hiatus in October, and we went back to work, and for a few weeks, 3 weeks, everything was normal, and then they decided to institute a COVID-19 protection plan of some type, where if your area is at level 3 or higher, you won't work. Now, luckily, they said we're going to pay you still, but we're going to pay you your minimum for that period. So, since November, I've been paid to stay home, and Nintendo of America, that's the way you treat employees. Okay, they did not let all of us go, or most of us go, or how many of us were in the COVID, level 3 area, whatever, during the holidays. They kept us on, and they paid us our minimum. And I greatly appreciate it, because if they had not done this, that means I literally only worked like 2 months this year. They kept us on until January 2nd. And we even get a bonus for the hours we work. So, Nintendo of America, thank you so much for giving myself, for my 16th month with your company, and the other individuals, new and old, this awesome perk for working for you guys, because you don't understand how much this really helps. Thank you. Now, for anybody else who's watching, because I'm like really anybody from Nintendo is going to be watching. Like, oh, you're welcome, Tony. They're not. But for anybody else who's watching, feel free to comment. I'm feeling better. I'm still not at 100%, but I actually have enough stamina today to push out these videos for both channels. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully because the county in which I live, they keep telling me when they think I should be cured or whatever. And they put the new date of January 2nd on it. I'm like, I don't really think this is a calendar thing. But I mean, I wear a mask when I go out. I'm going to continue wearing a mask. This is not a fake thing. This is not a hoax. It is a real disease, and it sucks. And I'm somebody who doesn't just break down over stupid things, but this had me going, oh my God, I'm going to die. Anyway, want to talk about it? Comment. Otherwise, remember to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my H&E Games channel. And thanks for watching. Thank you for checking out our content. Before you leave, please remember to click like and then subscribe. If you want to receive notifications, do not forget to enable them by clicking on the bell. Then afterwards, check out our social media at HaslageNet and our website at Haslage.net.